Hello my gorgeous people, this is your weekly horoscope tarot card forecast, and it's for the earth signs of zodiac, which are Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, and it's in between the 30th of March and the 5th of April 2021. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is for Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, Capricornius, Taurini and Virgolini, and it's in between the 30th of March and the 5th of April 2021. And I am going to start with my gorgeous and with my ever so precious Capricornius. My gorgeous Capricorn, I love you so much, but let me tell you something, because you need to understand to keep your head up. Emotionally, this week is going to be like, oh my God, you're going to have such a situation where you're going to on one hand feel rather overwhelmed, but that situation is going to take place within the last 3 days this week indeed. But the way this week is going to start, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be like a pretty much so you're gonna feel like a little bit I wouldn't say like kind of unhappy, but you're gonna feel like a little bit low, you're gonna feel a little bit down, and also at the same time, you know, this is going to make you feel quite emotional. But I want you to understand that this is just a part of the process and the part of the progress that you became a part of, and it was a quite big thing that you were actually going through over the last 3 to 4 weeks indeed. So this is just a continuation of this, and it's pretty much so going to be connected to that moment so much. But also I want to say that this is just a temporary distraction. It is not going to last. So keep your head up, my gorgeous Capricornius, and show your beautiful face to everyone. Keep your head up, open your eyes, because you are also about to see something which is on one hand, you know, going to become a quite challenging situation, but then again you will almost immediately feel a very strong connection to it. This is the missing part of yourself which is about to return, but at the same time it's going to become a quite interesting and very powerful point of your own devotion. This is what you need to take on the next level. You know, it's going to be quite obvious and rather evident what do you exactly need to take on the next level. Sorry, just going back to what I said before and how I started, that you're going to feel like a little bit unhappy, you know, to start with when it comes to this week. It's purely because, as I said, it's the continuation of the progress and the process that you were going through, that it was connected to you, but also to the other people that are very, very, very important to you, like the family member or your partner or your best friend, something that you have gone through with these people or with somebody in particular who is very important to you. You were there very much so strong rock and the stepping stone at the same time, because you need to understand, my gorgeous Capricornius, that you have done something so big, so important, so significant when it comes to your own karma, that this is going to return to you. You did the right thing with your own goodness, my gorgeous Capricornius, and you know, with every single one of you, you're all facing your own spiritual journey. So it all depends where you are at the moment, at this very moment in time. But I think that this is going to be quite obvious to you. You were very unselfish, very, very unselfish when it comes to helping to the certain, maybe like a family member or to someone. You helped to someone so much. You were probably guiding them. You were their rock. You were their rock. You were their rock. So now this is going to be rewarded, you see. So there is no time to feel low or no time to feel down, because just remember, if you do feel low, if you do feel down, so just remember what Sashita told you. Just this is a temporary distraction very soon, and it is not going to be that long where you are going to be enjoying a really massive, enormous, quite giant reward indeed. And that reward that you're going to be facing, it's going to be connected to your devotion and the things that you are focusing on, what you need to take on the next level. This is most simply beautifully going to speed things up for you. It's all connected indeed, and this is just a certain puzzle that is going to land, and once that certain puzzle land, you know, the picture is going to be completely different. As I said before, you are going to be facing a rather challenging situation, and the challenging situation is going to arise from you feeling dissatisfied with a certain part of your life, and pretty much so dissatisfied because you were kind of stopped in the process, you were blocked in the process, you weren't able to be yourself and to do things the way you wanted them to do. So now you're gonna kind of facing the certain situation. What do you need to do in order to face this challenge, in order to move on with your life and what would be the right thing to do. This is very important, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed, but also it's at the same time very, very important to have your eyes open, because you're going to see something and it's going to be mind-blowing again. Again, you will see the specific situation. To some of you, it's just going to be half and a half, really. To some of you, it's going to be like a strong, massive, enormous confirmation, but to some of you are not going to believe it. You're going to kind of like see this in disbelief. However, it is going to give you an opportunity and a chance to trust your own intuition, my gorgeous Capricornius. You need to understand, I'm going to be screaming from the rooftops that you need to trust your intuition. You open your eyes. Okay, and if something, I know I said this before, but it's important for you to understand, if something doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense. And in particular, if you feel pressurized towards the closed doors, towards the dark door where you don't want to go, they're closed, they're dark, you know you shouldn't go there, then most certainly just go the wrong way around, different way around. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to give you a mind-blowing answer. What to do and how to go about certain things. This is all going to become super obvious to you, exactly what am I talking about and exactly what am I referring to you. On another hand, my gorgeous Capricornius, you need to remember that this is the time of motivation, and this is the time when you're going to see the certain inspiration as well. And now, to make this, to speed things up for you, you need to also understand that from the beginning of this week until the end of this week, just take the leadership role. Remember this, take the leadership role, take a leadership role, and that is going to be halfway there already. You're gonna speed things up for yourself. Take a leadership role and step into the actual spotlight. Okay, very important to express yourself, very important to communicate, very important to connect, very important to reconnect. But on another hand, communicate your vision. And don't care what anybody else could think, because I think that there will be the situation where you may worry, like kind of like, oh no, what someone is going to think or something like that. This is entirely down to you. It's entirely down to your spiritual journey and what you're going to do with your life. But above all, I'm telling you to follow your intuition. This is what you have to do. This is what you need to do. There is so much darkness going on at the moment, and it's very dark, you know, and the devil is playing a very long song out there, okay? And the long song is not only like kind of hypnotizing people that is going on over there in the world, you know, but it's at the same time making things really dark. So people are kind of becoming quite disorientated at the same time. And in order to find your way out of this disorientating situation, knock, knock. Use your own spiritual key. Your own spiritual key. Okay? So this is something that you need to do. And in order to use your own spiritual key, this is what you need to do. And how to get there is by following your intuition. This is your guidance. Okay? This is your blessing. This is what you need to do. And also you are going to have a very, very... sorry. You're going to have a very strong sign. You will see something. And also, on another hand, you know, you're going to become a part of this certain situation, and it's going to really open your eyes, you know. And when your eyes are open, you just need to go by this feeling, by these emotions, by this vibration, no matter what is going on in within this like kind of disorientation that is happening right now at the moment. Your own power is your own intuition. Your own third psychic eye is a ridiculously powerful thing. And especially when it comes to you, my gorgeous Capricornius, you have got this very, very beautiful power around you. Use it wisely, indeed. On another hand, you know what? I'm being a bit of a dark lala again, of course, but there is, oh God. Do you know what? It's be kind of careful, because somebody's going to be kind of deceptive around you. Okay, so I need you to be a little bit careful. This is on another hand, if you're trying to buy something big, or if you're trying to start something big, some kind of signature, this and that, blah, 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 just be very careful. This is not maybe the best week to do this, you know, to sign something, to buy something, to start up something. If you haven't got any other choice, that's fine. You just go for it and be very careful every step of the way, and give as little information about yourself as you possibly can, because there is someone here rather deceptive, and I don't like this person, and I just want you to protect yourself against that person. So any big buying, any big signatures, any massive negotiations and things like that, I would probably try to avoid things like that throughout this week. Next week, that's fine. But this week, you need to see who this is, because this is going to happen and it's going to come with an element of surprise. Somebody very deceptive. Sorry, somebody very like a two-faced around you. So you can protect yourself from this person. On another hand, just keep certain things to yourself throughout this week. Things that are concerning, I'm not saying that you're just going around and saying like, oh yeah, you know, this happened, that happened. No, baby, no. But I'm saying like there's certain things that are concerning only you, and there's certain things that you can say that it can be taken against you. Just don't just be kind of like a quiet this week. Not quiet, but just keep certain things to yourself. And this is something that you should actually do. But on another hand, there is going to be an interesting lesson at the same time that you're going to gain out of it. But just you can protect yourself indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Capricornius, what else I was going to say? You know, there is going to be quite important realization where you will know that there is a quite strong and powerful compromise coming up. Now I'm going back to that compromise, isn't it? Negotiation. Not this week, my baby. This week you will realize that there is an important compromise coming up. I'm not talking about this week in between the 30th of March and the 5th of April, my gorgeous Capricornius. No, baby, no. I'm talking about the starting stages, about the realization, about the decision that you're going to make. You know, this is all about thinking, making, planning, you know, focusing, perspective and things like that, thinking about the future and things like that, but most certainly not to kind of do everything on this week, you know, no. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's just basically the realization that the compromise that you're going to become aware of this week, you will do it the week after. But that compromise that you're going to become aware of will be very important, and it's most certainly going to be connected to the possible reconciliation at the same time as well. I want you to understand this, that this is the time to express your driving passion, okay? Sensual powers are going to be increased. My gorgeous Capricornius, what are you going to be after? No, I'm just joking, but the sensual powers are going to be increased. This is a very powerful and it's a very strong energy, and it's a very kind of fundamental part of who we all are, you see. So it's also kind of like the sign that you're on the right track, you're on the right journey, in particular when it comes to a very important beginning, you know, that you're going to realize that there is a very important beginning within every ending, but at the same time the certain illusions are going to be revealed and at the same time released as well. And I like this because this is going to give you an opportunity to finally move on. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, where is it? Sorry, gosh. Yeah, tarot card. What is going to be a tarot card of the week? And you know what? Like, I'm touching my stomach, and this is when I'm in this mode, when I'm in this energy. It depends which zodiac sign I'm at the moment. But again, you need to pay attention to your stomach, and you need to pay attention to your digestion as well. So maybe if you are drinking a lot, maybe try to like kind of focus on to cutting out the drinking a little bit. Maybe if you're like kind of like taking sugar, lots of sugar. I told you millions of times, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this again, sugar is absolutely vile. I do not take sugar whatsoever. I cut out the sugar out of my diet completely a while back, you see, and I feel so much better. So try to kind of like maybe cut down sugar or completely get rid of sugar if you possibly can, and also at the same time just try to drink as much as a liquid as you possibly can, and also something like you see, organic teas. You know, I'm keeping on about organic teas, my gorgeous Capricornius, but it's something like organic teas. Maybe if you can take like organic chamomile with just like with an organic unwaxed lemon, and with a little bit of like organic maple syrup, or maybe organic manuka honey, for example, but no sugar whatsoever, or just without it, just like basically organic chamomile tea, for example, just with organic unwaxed lemon. But if you do need to sweeten it, then you do it with organic manuka honey, or if you can do it with something like the actual organic maple syrup, much better for you, or organic nettle tea or organic dandelion tea. Any combination of these three is going to be mind-blowing when it comes to your personal balance, when it comes to your personal energy, but also when it comes to your digestion, the whole digestive system, and to flush out the toxins out of the system. Alongside, also, I know that you're going to feel a little bit tired and drained, then you can maybe perhaps start your day with the actual B vitamin complex. And if you get a B vitamin complex, then you can get something like you need to pay attention that folic acid is actually folate, and the B12 is made in a natural way opposed to chemical. And this is something that you can take every morning, and it is going to give you lots of energy, but it's also going to be beneficial for your entire digestive system. You see, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor GP. Only your doctor GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Four of Swords. You see, this is very, very interesting indeed, and it's all about you putting your foot down. It's all about you having this very strong sense of direction. You're going to feel a very strong sense of direction, but I repeat, you're not going to be able to understand where this is coming from, and you're not going to be able to understand where this energy is coming from. But then suddenly you're going to start seeing things that you didn't see before, and you're going to start noticing things that you didn't notice before. And this is all indicating the fact that you are about to make a very powerful and very strong decision. On one hand, this is about the reward, what you have been doing before, but on another hand, it's about you putting your foot down and making a very powerful and strong decision. But this is purely going to come through your own actual intuition. And this is what I said, it's so important to pay attention to your own intuition, my gorgeous Capricornians, because it's not going to lead you astray. This week is probably going to be like a life-changing week, but only when it comes to things starting to unfold at this moment in time and this point. But it's going to happen when you put your foot down. There is somebody around you that you need to protect still a little bit. Somebody around you very close to you has got a little bit of like a very negative entity around them, and it's coming from somebody who is alive, like it's coming from somebody who is on this earth, but that person is very naughty and it's very dark and it's having a very negative energy. And the person who is very close to you is kind of like a maybe still surrounded by that negative energy. Somebody's just, do you understand what I mean? Is this too confusing? Somebody who is very close to you, it's almost like under the little psychic attack by somebody else. Okay, and their energy is very strong, and they may not be doing this intentionally as well, but I know that that person who is very close to you is maybe affected by these negative energies. It's like a psychic attacks, not one but many. So if you can maybe get something to them, to that person who is very close to you, you know, I know it sounds crazy, but put a couple of little bags of salt in that person's pocket on each side, and also you can get something like lots of black tourmaline, for example, lots of black tourmaline. Not lots of black tourmaline, but you can get like a nice black tourmaline, and just a rock to wear in the pocket. And black tourmaline is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to protecting ourselves from the negative energy and psychic attacks and things like that. And also, I know it sounds crazy, but in the main areas of your home, if you can just like have a glass, a mirror facing outside, wherever you spend the most of your time, you can just put a little mirror, and you can just like you are sitting at home, for example, in the living room, and you just put mirror to reflect things out, just looking out like that. And that way, any negative energy that might travel towards the person who is very close to you, you just send it back almost immediately. Sounds crazy, I know, but this is my advice, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed, because it's someone who means to you so much, like a very close family member, I guess, you see. So it's important. On another hand, where is it? Here. Hello, my darling. So now, these are the oracle cards. So the oracle card for you, my gorgeous Capricornians, is going to be... sorry. You see what I mean, my baby? Transformation. Wherever there is a transformation, there is a new beginning. Okay? Wherever there is transformation, there is a new start. Wherever there is a transformation, there is something absolutely mind-blowing going to take place. But just remember, these are the beginnings, important beginnings of your own personal transformation. You will know that there is a specific part of yourself that needs to be adjusted. The specific part of yourself is going to be revealed. You will know what this is. You will know what came to an end. You will know what you need to move away from. Okay, important. However, this is a significant week because you will know exactly what to do. But most certainly it's about your personal transformation. Okay, very, very powerful time to pay attention to what is suddenly interesting you. You know, suddenly certain things are going to become like kind of like, whoa, obvious to you that they weren't before. All this is just part of this picture that I'm talking about. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis, Taurus. For those of you who don't understand my language. Okay, it's just a little bit of water. Sorry, Taurini. Do you know what, my gorgeous Taurus, yeah, my gorgeous Taurinis, you are going to have a very, very important news this week. And it's going to surprise you. It's going to be connected to somebody very important to you. It's going to be connected to somebody really significant to you, but it's also going to be connected to a very, very kind of big surprise, and it's to do with some kind of reunion. Very important, powerful reunion. It's going to become obvious. So there is almost going to be like some kind of blast from the past, but not necessarily ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, and all that. No, baby, no. But sorry, some kind of blast from the past. It's going to be connected to this, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this blast from the past, it's really going to surprise you, which means that it's almost going to be connected. You're going to become aware of the fact that there is going to be some kind of return of someone. But then again, this is going to surprise you. But then again, this is going to make you feel so good. That almost immediately, there is the certain inspiration that you are going to have through that situation. So this is going to work pretty well for you. And it's going to mean to you so much. On another hand, you know what, my gorgeous Taurini? Look. It is about narrow-mindedness. There is this particular person that is going to be around you, that is going to affect you, but you must not let them to affect you. Somebody who is narrow-minded, somebody who doesn't understand things like on such a high level. You're very powerful, my gorgeous Taurini. I tell you this because you understand things from a very, very high level. You understand things what lots of other people don't understand. You may not understand completely everything, but you just know because you're guided by your feelings, you're guided by your emotions, you're guided by your intuition, the most importantly towards the right direction. No matter what I say, no matter what some people say, no matter what some people could react around the specific decision that you might have made or around the specific areas in your life that you're focusing on, it doesn't matter. It's an important moment in time that you're going to have, my gorgeous Taurinis, and it's also, I want to say, listen, going back to the narrow-mindedness, you must not allow this person to kind of to make it to change your mind. You have to follow your intuition. There will be somebody who's going to be rather narrow-minded around you, and it's going to affect you, and that in itself is going to affect your direction, and it's going to affect you in such a way where you're going to feel lack of determination and direction at the same time. So you just have to really follow your own intuition, and your own intuition is just basically going to be guiding you out of the part of your life that is making you feel really bored, and that it's making you feel really unhappy, and that it's making you feel really tired. That's how you will know that you are on the right path, because it's almost going to become obvious what do you need to kind of sacrifice, you know. But then at the same time, this in itself is going to become the moment in time that it's going to make you feel quite indecisive. Let me tell you something. You just follow things through as they are. Like, you just make the most of it by, you know, when you're listening to this reading, you just make the most of it, like in such a way where you know when you're going to be facing like an indecisive situation. At the same time, this is going to be your sign that it's not going to be that long until you get a very important message as well. So you are gonna, when it comes to the actual indecisive situation, look at this, I will show you now. When it comes to the actual indecisive situation, this is going to be the outcome. My gorgeous Torini, I just felt that I need to do this. When it comes to an indecisive situation, very soon you will know that you will get a powerful and important message that is going to be so important to you. But at the same time, the indecisive situation that you're going to face will be connected to new love is forming. Okay, this is very important. This doesn't necessarily have to be the new lover, new boyfriend, new girlfriend. This, I feel, at this moment in time, it's pretty much so to do with this. See the beauty in life. You see, it's pretty much so connected to this moment. See the beauty in life, because you will see when it comes to the new love is forming, this is going to help you at the same time to move on with your life. But it's pretty much so to feel this very strong and powerful sense of direction that is almost immediately going to take over. These are only going to be the beginnings, but at the same time you will see something, and once you see that particular thing, everything is going to start changing, because you're not going to be quiet, or you will not going to be okay, or you're not going to be in peace until you reach that particular moment. And that particular moment is an important part, an integral part of your spiritual journey, because most certainly it's going to speed things up for you. On another hand, when it comes to the actual message that I said before, that you're gonna get, very important message, very important document, okay? And it's all about like the things finally slowly moving on, starting to change, starting to shift towards the right directions. Where things were very, very slow, you know, this is going to be connected to it. It's going to be connected to the nice little energy shift, but also things are going to start shifting towards the right direction. So the message that you're going to get, you're going to become aware of things slowly starting to change. And this is brilliant, you know, because at the same time, this is going to give you this is also going to give you a chance to correct things that might get you back on track, that will get you back on track. So this is also going to be like kind of absolutely beneficial for you to correct certain things in your life that are going to get you back on track. And this is going to be absolutely obvious here, and it's pretty much so to do with your own personal transformation. You know what is going to happen now, my gorgeous Taurinis, like I want to say this is very important. By the end of this week, you're going to have a significant life experience, and you will know after that moment a lot changes, because it's going to require changes to be made, and the changes can only come from you, okay? And this is pretty much so going to be connected to the very, very powerful and unexpected revelation. At the same time, it's going to help you to release old belief system, but on another hand, you know, it's going to be brilliant to get the actual weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard, my gorgeous Taurini, which means that you need to communicate and be as open-minded as you can. I know that you're going to try to prove your point to someone, and most certainly you are not going to, but it's not about you proving your point to someone. It's just you kind of stand up for what you believe. This is the most important at the moment, okay? No matter what is going on out there, you need to follow your intuition. If something doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. If you feel pressure towards something and it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. Follow your third psychic eye, my gorgeous Taurini. It's important. On another hand, you know, you will become aware of the certain divine intervention which is about to occur as well, okay? You are most certainly going to feel like somebody's around you, like somebody's guiding you, but at the same time, happiness is your purpose. Just remember this, that the happiness is your purpose. Do things that make you feel good, do things that make you feel okay, and do things that make you feel happy. Okay, so now my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, so for you, my gorgeous Taurini, and it's your tarot card. You most certainly need to make sure that you're taking also something like a natural vitamin D, perhaps every single day. And if you can make sure that you're taking like a natural calcium, combination of a natural calcium and magnesium, because this is going to be remarkable when it comes to your bones. On another hand, also, like, I would most certainly keep on taking like the actual organic acerola cherry powder, just 1 little teaspoon in a glass of water, alongside, as I said, you know, like a little bit of like a zinc, natural zinc as well. This with the vitamin D that I've already mentioned, and calcium, it's going to boost your immune system, but it's also going to be really good and important for your bones. Okay, so now if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So your tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Taurini, is 9 of Wands. You see, this is very important to stand up for what you believe, because at that moment in time when I said to stand up for what you believe, it's also going to karmically reward you. You don't need to argue, you don't need to scream, you don't need to cry, you don't need to like, oh yeah, fight, yeah, stand up. No, baby, no. But in the nicest, most beautiful, most positive, most optimistic, the nicest way, just stand up for what you believe, because something is going to like be kind of pushed right until your nose, you know. Something is going to be pushed, almost like something is going to like kind of try to push you towards something. But then again, you have to trust your intuition. You need to stand up for what you believe in the best possible way, in the nicest possible way, in the nicest possible way you do, the bigger reward from that moment in time you're actually going to have. So this is something that is really needed from you, and it's also going to be very important when it comes to the future planning. It's going to be very important when it comes to your immediate environment. It's going to be very important when it comes to your immediate home. You know, there is something that you need to focus on when it comes to your immediate environment this week as well. There are certain changes that you need to make, and you will know what the changes are. This is going to reflect on you really, really nicely. Somebody who you're very close to needs a little bit of your help this week. That particular person is going to need a little bit of direction. You know what to do when they're wondering about something, so you will have the answer. Okay, so now my gorgeous Taurini, I'm just going to shuffle this where are they? Okay, here, oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. Okay, so your oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Taurini, is going to be okay, flexibility. You need to do as much as you can. Just remember what I said, okay? You need to bring into your life every single day this week something different. Do something new. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, blah, blah, blah. Every single day, try to do one little thing that you don't normally do. That way, this energy is going to reward you by the continuation of things that you should be paying attention to, that are going to really at the same time going to become sacred opportunities later on. So this is all going to be connected. And try to do as much as you can this week as well. Try to throw yourself in all sorts of situations, because you are going to surprise yourself how much you're actually going to achieve this week as well by you being flexible. It's a remarkable time, but also something is going to be revealed to you at the same time that is going to be so important to you, that is later going to become the significant part of your spiritual journey as well. Okay, so now, before I do my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to drink a little bit of Voterini. Okay, sorry. This is the power. Oh, sorry. sorry. So now I'm done with this, and now Virgolini is going up here. My gorgeous Virgolini, you know. I really like this, because you, my gorgeous Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are every day, every month, you know, every day, every week, every month, you're one step closer to like something major, to something very important. And this is going to be big, and this is going to be quite life-changing. So I'm just saying that you're every day closer and closer to making a big change in your life, okay? And what exactly I'm talking about, it's going to be revealed to you this week, my gorgeous Virgolini. You are going to become aware of the things that are making you feel really bad, that are bringing you down, and you will just simply have enough, okay? And once you have enough, at the same time, it's all about the energy. It's all about the direction. It's all about the decision that you're actually going to make. But these are only the beginnings of a really big change, my gorgeous Virgolini. I am going back within the last 24 months. These things have been on your mind, but you were just kind of maybe you were not dishonest with yourselves, but maybe you just weren't ready. I would call it like you weren't ready. So now this week is going to show you how ready you are, and how important this necessary this next step is going to be. You will respond to yourself, and you will do the right thing. And this is going to be one of the biggest changes that have happened to you in an absolute ages. It's to do with your future. It's to do with your future planning. It's to do with you living your life. It's to do with you enjoying yourself. It's to do with you kind of like focusing on things that you thought that you're going to do, like maybe at some point in the future. But now this week it's going to reveal these elements of the actual swift change which is going to take place, but it's also at the same time going to open up the door for you. The new doorway, the new portal will open by the end of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, and I will say that this will be very, very important. You must not rush with anything. You do one thing step at a time. And I'm saying that this is only the beginning of this, my gorgeous Virgolini. So I'm not saying, oh yeah, you're going to have the change of your life. No, baby, no. This is the beginning. Specifically, it's about your mind, about following your intuition, and about paying attention to what is bringing you down, what is making you feel so unhappy, what is affecting your balance, but also at the same time, why are you ignoring things that you shouldn't be ignoring? Why are you not doing things that you want to do? You know, this is all going to be connected to it, but it's all going to lead towards one specific answer, towards one specific point, towards one specific path, which is literally going to change your life, because it's going to require from you to start making necessary changes. As this moment onwards, everything is going to start changing when it comes to you, because slowly, but surely, every single day, this is going to become bigger and more important and more specific and bright part of your life that you want to pay attention to. But it's just going to take a while, okay? And very, very surely, you know, over the last 7 weeks, something absolutely mind-blowing is going to happen. And within the next 7 weeks, you will know that the actual vision that you're going to have, you're going to feel so strongly about it. And the way this vision is going to happen, you will literally see something like a little bird or something, and at that moment in time there is a little there is a feeling that it's going to take over. Very unusual feeling, you know, a bit of a Twilight Zone moment indeed, but it's really good, because these feelings that are going to take over, it's going to start with like you maybe looking at a bird or seeing a bird outside, but at the same time it's going to trigger certain things when it comes to like a very powerful energy points within you, and that is going to remind you and refresh your memory, and you will see what I mean by refreshing your memory, because it's going to get your senses going, it's going to get your feelings going and emotions, and you will just really want more out of life. But these are only the first things, the first specific stages that you will be going through, and it's going to come up with that. It's going to start with you seeing something, and then these feelings and emotions are going to take over, and that is going to remind you, like it's going to give you a nice shaky momenty, but it's most importantly going to remind you that you are going to be making a very massive, enormous, huge, absolutely gigantic progress in your life by actually slowly every day, one step at a time, just to give a little thought to these feelings and emotions that are just going to be absolutely almost impossible to actually ignore. On another hand, my gorgeous Virgolini, you know what, the actual first part of this week, I mean first couple of days, you are kind of like gonna maybe like a torture a little bit yourself, you know, you're gonna feel a little bit low purely because you're gonna blame yourself for the certain mistake that you might have made over the last like about 10 months or so. But it doesn't really matter, because that certain mistake that you've made, you know, this is meant to be the way it's meant to be. It's meant to slow you down a little bit, and I think that this is going to be quite beneficial for you, and this is going to be obvious later on. But on another hand, it's a lot to do with the actual conflict of interest, but also it's a lot to do with the difficulties in understanding others. You know, there will be the moment where you also going to have this week, you know, you're going to express your opinion, and then this other people or this other person is not going to have the same opinion. And I just want you to rise above any negativity. This is all part of your spiritual journey. It's all part of this challenging situation that you are going to be, and you're going to find yourself at. And when somebody is kind of challenging you because of your views, all you need to do, my babies, is just stand your ground and believe. You know, just express what you believe, say what you believe. Don't like kind of, I'm not saying don't be fake, but I'm just saying don't kind of like try to go different way around. You really need to be honest with yourself, but you really need to be honest with people. If something doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't, because I can see that there is going to be a little conflict of interest in between you and somebody else, and I want to prepare you to this. But most certainly, trust your intuition, trust your instincts when it comes to that. It's more important than ever. This is probably one of the most important things that you're gonna probably do in your life. You know, you need to follow your intuition. If something doesn't make sense, my gorgeous Virgolini, just move on. There is a devil playing a very long song out there, you know, out there. It's a devil, and what this song is doing outside, you know, around the world, you know, it's making people very, very disorientated, and that disorientation, it's also making everything much darker around us. And when everything is so dark, it's just kind of very hard to find a way out of the specific situation, because we are disorientated. So this is something, the way that you need to understand, the way out of this devilish maybe situation at the moment. What you need to do, the answer is within you. If things don't make sense, then they don't make sense. You need to have this foundation, you know, this needs to become the main focus of your way of thinking, just to understand that you hold your own spiritual key, nobody else. Sometimes the world is absolutely mad and it's absolutely crazy, and this is the time when you follow your intuition. And your intuition is also at the same time going to give you the key. Only your intuition can give you the key that is going to change your world, the key that is going to open, you know, the so many different dimensions. But it's down to you what you're gonna do. On another hand, you know, just remember that determination, you're suddenly going to feel a very important determination as well to actually make a particular judgment. And this is very important, because at the same time, you know, there is the turnaround that you're going to have. So when you find yourself feeling very determined, you will also at the same time know that in order to kind of reach the next step with this determination, you know, it's just that basically you're going to need to make a certain judgment, and that judgment that you're going to need to make is going to be fantastic, because it's also at the same time going to signify the beginning of a very important turnaround for you as well. You know, ignore the unfound fear. Just please, I say unfounded fear to ignore, purely because you're very spiritual, you're very powerful, you have these earthly energies that you connect in so many different ways. So psychically you're like, ooh la la, big mama, you know, you understand things from so many different levels purely because of that. But because of your third psychic eye is very powerful, you're very special. But on another hand, this the same energy can affect you, because it drains your energy, and then you can feel so much, and then you can understand so much from so many different levels. You can feel things, but you can't explain. And that's the unfounded fear that you're going to feel. And this is something that you're just going to need to ignore. okay, because it's all about you refocusing your thoughts. If you feel the unfounded fear like that, you just refocus your thoughts by basically doing things that make you feel happy, doing things that make you feel excited, you know, because that way you just raise your vibration almost immediately, but also at the same time it's always like a little element of surprise, something that you realize, like a little reward throughout this particular situation. And you are gonna have a bit of a hermit moment. And hermit moment, of course, my gorgeous Virgolini, means that you are gonna find yourself being very you know, on one of the days, my cat just must have like done something. Wait, sorry. My cat, she's fine. She's fine, she's fine, she's fine. Yeah, sorry. I was worried about Cressida. Okay, so now basically, so you are actually going to have a hermit moment, my gorgeous Virgolini. This is very important, and this hermit moment is going to be mind-blowing, big mama, big mama, because this hermit moment is going to give you an absolutely massive answer. Going back to the last 11 months, I'm going back to the last 11 months, you know, this hermit moment that you're going to have. And sometimes people are like, oh yeah, hermit moment. For once, this is your time, my baby, because you're very powerful. Your subconscious mind is very strong, and hermit is most certainly your card. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm going to be tired, I'm going to be lonely, I'm going to be like kind of like, I'm going to need to be time to be by myself. No, baby, no. It's about the power of subconscious mind taking over and making us super powerful when it comes to realizing things, when it comes to focus, when it comes to illumination, because at the same time with your own power you illuminate so much around you. So when you feel low, when you feel down, when you feel tired, you know, when you feel like kind of uncertain, unhappy, you know, this week, one particular day, a couple of days, you know, are gonna happen, and this is gonna be a hermit moment. You will know it's a hermit moment because you will want to be by yourself, but this is more important, what I'm going to say, the revelation that you're going to have, because the hermit moment helps you to connect to your life from a very powerful spiritual level, and it helps you to illuminate things around you very strongly, so you find yourself like seeing so much around you, and it only happens every now and then, like a nice little cherry, you know, nice little reward that you get, because on one hand you realize what you're in self-denial about. What are you in self-denial about? You have to be honest with yourself. But on another hand, you will see that something is going to come to the surface that is going to require your immediate attention. Okay, so this is very powerful, you know, and you will know that particular thing that is going to require your immediate attention. It's also at the same time, it's like an opportunity that is going to be connected to absolutely mind-blowing bright prospects later on. But just wait a little bit. This is just the beginning. Wait for the revelation that you're going to have through your own hermit moment, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And also it's going to help you, you know, hermit moment on another hand, it's going to help you to make a decision when it comes to problems and personal issues, and also in particular when it comes to the certain dominations, when it comes to the certain restrictions, when it comes to like maybe you know, the answers that you require, but then again it's like connected to the certain compromise. You know, this is all going to be connected to this particular situation, but above all you are going to know exactly what to do with the certain problems in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So now I'm just going to also tell you, this is something that I need you to remember. Listen. This is something that I need you to remember, my gorgeous Virgolini. Stand strong and focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. This is something that you need to remember, to speak your truth. Don't worry what other people are saying. Don't worry about what other people are talking about. Don't worry if you find yourself like being like you are one person that 20 people are talking one particular subject and you're talking something completely opposite. What you are talking about, it's right. What you are talking about, it's true. You need to stand your ground and you need to speak your truth, because you are going to be challenged, but you're going to maybe be forced in a certain situation where you're going to just kind of go with everybody else's flow. And Sasha said, no baby, no, you go by following your own flow. This is what I meant before. You are the only one who knows what to do, and you are the only one who is holding your own spiritual key, but you don't even know it, okay? And the only way to get the spiritual key is to follow your intuition and to do things the way you want to do things that you think they are right. If they are not right, you don't do them. As simple as that. Okay, and also very powerful reward, important reward is going to happen this week. Very personal and important reward. The waiting game is over. Through this reward, the waiting game is going to be over. Whether you're looking to maybe expand yourself, whether you're looking for work, whether you're looking for the next stage, it's a lot to do with the next stage and the next step, and the wait is over. Okay, very important, my gorgeous Virgolini. So now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards. Okay, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Virgolini. Okay, your tarot card of the week is going to be Queen of Swords, like absolutely remarkable. Now, this is a very powerful card, my gorgeous Virgolini, as well, but also it's just all about the more you kind of are sharp and the more quickly you act when it comes to things, the better outcomes they're going to have, which means that you will have an absolutely vavavumish power of a decision making, but a quick snap decision making. And it's also very strongly connected to this power of the Hermit card at the same time. Not the Hermit moment, but the Hermit card, which means that you're gonna find yourself doing a lot of things that are gonna surprise you, you know, spontaneously. It's all about you doing the right things, but also at the same time spontaneously you will be responding to things and situations, and this is spontaneous situations that you're going to respond to are going to be remarkable, mind-blowing, and they will be right. And every single time you do this, there is a very important lesson that you're going to have. That lesson later on is going to turn into a direction and opportunity that you wouldn't normally have. Absolutely remarkable. Okay, and also you need to pay attention to what is like really kind of making you feel very negative, and it has been for a while, and what you can actually do about it, because there is going to be the certain adjustment that you're also going to make, an important adjustment, and this is going to be one step closer when it comes to your own happiness as well. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be Oracle card for this week. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, so what is going to be Oracle card this week? And its timing is critical, absolutely remarkable. Look at this, timing is critical. Just remember, follow your own intuition. Okay, timing is critical. Okay, caution needed. Just remember this, timing is critical, caution needed, and seek clarification. This is an important time for you to seek clarification. It's so important for you to understand this. You will know exactly when are you going to need to seek clarification. The specific information you're going to get hold of, and it's going to be like, oh my God, this is not possible. This is crazy, you know. Seek clarification. Okay, this is an important part of your decision making, which is going to happen later on, but this is an important part of your spiritual growth as well, because you will be facing situations that you're not going to believe, you know, and it's nothing to do with you necessarily, but it's again about you understanding things from a much higher angle, which in return just basically rewards you with the actual path that you wouldn't normally have. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, peace, love and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.